I'm in the middle of block sanding my Baja out for paint, and all this primer is used for is filler. And you can kind of see how it looks. That's because we got epoxy primer, Bondo, and the filler primer. So everywhere you see, right in this area right here, this is where the primer filled it in, where it was a little bit low. And when I get done blocking this, it will be, if I wanted to paint it jet black, it would be jet black worthy. A lot of body work was done on this car previously by other owners, and then I cleaned up their body work and did body work to it. But you can see, once again, I'm in the middle of block sanding the roof. That's the hardest thing on a Volkswagen, is the roof, because it's round and you got to get up high and you're leaning over and you're putting all your force into it and you're busting your ass. So we got to this point right here, and I used various sanders to get to this point. And I started out with my airfoil using 80 grit to break down the glaze of the primer itself. Then I went ahead and went into my hand blocks, which you see right here. Okay, and that's, once again, that's 80 grit. And then we got our smaller one, 80 grit. And this is what this primer requires. It only requires that you sand with 80 grit. You're not going to sand it down to a paintable finish. That's not what this primer is for. And this is only a super build filler primer is all it is. So now that we have gotten, I would say, 80% of the block sanding done, normally what I would do at this stage is I would get my DuraBlock out, which is this one right here. This is our Big Daddy DuraBlock. You can see how big it is. I don't know what size that is. That's 80 grit on there right there. But this is a DuraBlock sanding block. And this is what you would use on a surface like that normally to cover the whole area and block it out properly. And you can see by my toolbox, I have a bunch of sanding blocks for different styles and types of stuff. And here's our black diamonds right here. Alright, so this is our black diamond blocks. And then you come down here and here's some more blocks down inside here. So I got a bunch of blocks for different types of stuff.
Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
Before we go any further on this video, I just want to warn you and explain to you that this product that is being used on this video, the product called Evercoat Super Build, that has the built-in Apoptex, OPTEX. Stay away from that product. The product is no good, and the product will fail on you eventually. The product has been tested by D.I.Y. Auto School, my friend Pete. As you can see on the vehicle in question that we are using right now, do not, I repeat, do not attempt to purchase this product. The product sucks and you will have issues with it down the line. My friend Pete had to completely deteriorate and blast, I say blast, one more time, blast the vehicle. He had to blast the vehicle to bare metal to make the vehicle properly ensure that it would be a good quality professional paint job. And as you can see right here, into the darkness of the early morning hours, you can see that this vehicle has been stripped to bare metal. All of the product was completely removed to start over and do the job quality, correct, properly, right. So D.I.Y. Auto School, my friend Pete in Southwest Rods and Customs asks you to please ban this product called OPTEX that is a additive that is in the Super Build 401 Evercoat product you can see right there. This is a product that you need to be aware of and to make sure completely to stay away from it completely because it will eventually fail. So as you watch this video, please take in mind that this video is not promoting the product Optex, OPTEX, and is only promoting the product in question, which is a block sander made by the company Black Diamond Products. Ignore the pink stuff, throw it in the trash, and only concentrate on the block sander itself. That is all we are looking at today. Thank you, and please make sure that you subscribe to this channel and thumbs up the video to show your support for D.I.Y. Auto School, the only channel that will tell you straight news all the time and give you the answers you need to proceed in life and do it right.
And like I said, normally I would go ahead and grab my giant DuraBlock sander, and this would cover a very big area. It's very flexible. All right, not as flexible as I'd like, but flexible enough that when I push down on it, it covers a big area and sands what I need. But I was in the middle of doing this, getting ready to use this block, and I noticed that Black Diamond came out with a brand new block, which is a larger block. And you can see the box right here. I went ahead and got me one of these, and I'm going to tell you why as we're opening it. So if we look at the Black Diamond, that's measuring out to 24 inches, okay? But if we get our DuraBlock out, this is measuring out to a whopping 30 inches, 29 and a half, 30 inches. So yes, this does cover more surface, but we're going to take our DuraBlock, our Black Diamond block, which is right here, and this actually has tension rods that can be put inside the sander. I'm going to show you that because this is a very, very flexible block, people. This block is more flexible than you really think it should be. And that's one good thing about this Black Diamond product is that the flexibility on this is just unreal. Look at this. Look at the flexibility on this, okay? And not just that way, but also if I twist it, you can see it's just an extreme flexible block. Now, I want to go ahead and take this off. This is a cover for our sandpaper service, and I want you to see what's going on here. Look at that. Look at the finish and the quality of the flat surface of that block. And now I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I don't use Black Diamond blocks only. To do a professional job, it's going to take many different types of sanding blocks and sanders to do it right. But adding the right sander to your arsenal is going to get you a more faster and efficient job, and also it's going to be a lot more slicker and more professional in the end. This block weighs approximately 2 times more than this one. You're going to be doing less work with this one due to the fact of the weight and the flexibility of it. The block itself will do the work for you, and I'm going to show you that. Whereas on this block right here, to use this block, we will have to hold this on both ends and push down on both ends to make it curve properly to fit our Volkswagen roof. And you can see right here, look. So for me to use this sander, I can't hold it in the middle. I got to hold it on each end and sand like this. Now look at this sander. Look at here. When I'm sanding, watch this sander here. You You can see how this is moving like this because it's so big and it's very lightweight and made out of lightweight material. But to use this, I have to hold it like this. I can't hold it in the middle in this end, or I can't hold it here. I can hold it like this if I want to, and then use it, but I'm putting a lot of force down on it to make this thing work, and I'm almost out of breath already, just from doing what I'm doing here. So you can see by using this block right here, it works, and this is what I used to use all the time. But we're going to go ahead and give the black diamond a test and see if that's going to save me from catching my breath and also do a more accurate and professional job, faster, quicker, and using less sandpaper. You heard me right. We're going to save on materials as well. The weight of this thing is only like maybe several ounces, all right? So we don't have a lot of weight in the center holding this down, and the only way to get weight on it is to use my whole body like this. So anybody that's ever sanded a Volkswagen roof to the magnitude that I'm doing this one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? Durablocks have their spot in sanding in the, what can we say, paint and body industry, okay? Here's a good example. When I was doing the body work on the Baja, all right, I used this block on a lot of it. Okay, so this is a Durablock, and I used this to sand a lot of the body work that I did because it was actually lightweight, it fit in my hand good, and it was a good sander at the time. But when it comes to the final finish sanding for your final prime job, I do not recommend Durablocks in a automobile restoration industry. If you are doing collision repair, collision work in and out, yes, Durablocks have their seat of saying, wow, these are great. But when it comes to restoring a vehicle to the magnitude that I am doing this Volkswagen, no, they don't, okay? So we saw what the Durablock did. We saw how that was sanded. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our black diamond. Now, before we take our black diamond, I want to show you. This has 3 rods for stiffness. All right, and we're not going to use any rods on our roof, but I do want to go ahead and show you this. So it's got these 3 stainless steel rods. All right, and what you would do with these is in the holes right here. Do you see that hole right there? You would put these rods in the hole, just like this. And then what that does is for every rod you put in there, it stiffens up. It stiffens it up. See, look, that's as far as I can stretch this, okay? Do you see what I'm saying? That's as far as I can bend it, having 1 rod in there. So you can imagine, okay, now look at this, okay? Do you see the difference? So having 3 rods in there would really take it to the limits of being a very nice stiff board if you were block sanding, let's say a hood out or a flat panel that you need to be precise with and get it super straight. Those rods will really come in handy. Durablocks don't have those, okay? Durablocks do not have those. Another thing about the black diamond is I want you to see that surface on there. The surface on this is super, super flat. It's the flattest surface I've ever seen in my life. And from experience, I know for a fact that the black diamond blocks will block it out super flat. So I got 80 grit on our black diamond, 24-inch block. This is not 29 or 30 inches. It's not that big, okay? It's a 24-inch block. And we're going to get up on there, we're going to sand with this, and then we're going to look at the pattern that is left behind on our black diamond. Now, once again, this weighs 3 to 4 times as heavy. I would say this thing probably weighs a good 1.5 pounds, maybe 2 pounds. And that's the kind of block that you want, okay? You want a block that's versatile, flexible, and got weight behind it to get your panels 0 tolerance, perfectly straight. You can see right here, I got the black diamond kit Comes with 2 sizes. If you're interested in these, I suggest that you buy this kit before you buy the big one. You might not need that big one unless you're doing a job to the magnitude that I'm doing. But these 2 blocks right here will get that laser straight finish that you need right here, these 2 blocks. One thing about the black diamonds you really need to pay attention to is the surface of the sanding, where the sandpaper goes. Always keep that clean and debris free. We don't want to scratch that. These are super high end. I would say that these are the Lamborghini sanding blocks of car restoration right here. All right, so once again, a Volkswagen roof is the hardest thing that you'll probably ever come across as far as block sanding perfect. And when I get done block sanding this, I'm going to tell you right now, this is jet black worthy paint job here. We'll be able to paint this on any color and it will be straight as an arrow, just like it came out of the factory. So we're going to take our black diamond and look at this here. Can you see that? Watch. Okay, I'm not pushing down hard. I'm using, looky here, I'm using my pinkies. All right, very, very flexible. Very flexible. And you want that block to be flexible like that, where it flexes both ways, this way and this way. Because if you're sanding like this, you want to be able to hit that contour where it'll move with it, okay? Now, I'm not pushing hard. All I'm doing is guiding the block. That's all I'm doing. I'm not using any of my weight. I'm just using the force of pushing and pulling. That's it. And you can see how slow I'm going. I'm going very, very slow. Let's go ahead and see what our surface looks like after using the black diamond. And you can see, look at that surface. It's hitting all the way from one end to the other, people.
Now's the time that you want to hit the subscribe button. Click on that bell for notifications and comment below. Because if you don't, this big blob of Bondo is going to be inside your bed covers tonight when you crawl in there, and it's going to get in places that we really don't want to talk about right now. Do my friend Pete a favor and subscribe now. Do it. Or that Bondo's going to do you.
Now, I was telling you how to save on sandpaper, and the trick on saving on sandpaper is not using a lot of force pushing it down where the sandpaper gums up. So if you remember the DuraBlock, we had big giant gummy spots in 2 areas, and then it was pretty much blank in the middle. All right? On this one, you can see that it's not sanding as much as we thought. It's still sanding more on the ends because we got our hands are on the ends. If I had my hand here, then we would have more, but I'm doing this. So yes, you're actually going to have a little bit more, but look at the gumminess on this versus the other one. It's nothing like the other one. And that's because of the weight. The weight of this thing. Another thing about this, it's very comfortable to work with, because it's some type of a soft rubber. I don't know what it's made out of, but I mean, look at this. Look at me go here, guys. I mean, I'm literally watching this primer disappear right in front of me. Now, I'm going to also do this right here. Looky here. I got my whole arm on it. And I'm not pushing real hard, I'm just using the weight of my arm. And look at that. You see this right here? This is another thing that this block is good for, is that you can just use your arm to make it the contour that you want and let the weight of the sander do the work. So what you saw in real time on the back of this, that's it. This is ready for our 2K primer. We're done. All right, let's go ahead and hit the front. And if you notice, I'm still using the same sandpaper. I haven't changed my sandpaper yet. That should be telling you right there that something's going on good here. you saw what the Black Diamond can do for you. So make sure to check out Black Diamond. It's a block sander that says, I want one. Believe me, it's badass. It's very versatile. It's nice. It flexes beautiful. Look at this. Look at that. Do you see that? Look at it. Okay. There's nothing else I can say about it. The reason I'm actually pushing this product because it's a very good product and it's a time-saving product. And I guarantee you when I paint this, now I'm not painting it black, I'm painting it different colors, but it's going to be super straight. It's going to be show quality finish. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. If you want a block that's going to cut the mud, you heard what I said, mud, not mustard. All right, think about it. Get yourself a Black Diamond right there. Check it out. Get on their website. I believe it's blackdiamond.com. You'll also see a link in the description of this video below. Tell him my friend Pete sent you and tell him that my friend Pete needs a couple perks and maybe he can throw me a bone like I'm doing for him. All right? I'm doing him a square, not a round. Remember that, people. Always do everybody a square and don't ever give them the round. We'll see you later. Take it easy.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.